There is a natural world and a natural universe that functions and offers every being that lives in it virtually unlimited options. Unfortunately, Earth humans can only see the barest sliver of this universe and is too chicken shit to face the larger reality that surrounds it. An allegorical comparison would be to envision the universe as an Olympic-sized swimming pool and humanity as a whole standing in a first cognition wading pool thinking and bragging that it knows how to swim. Greetings, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Attaining the Second Cognition. I'm Endall Beall, and the topic of this discussion is, so, you think you're ready for this? This is going to be a hard-hitting presentation, ladies and gentlemen, and whether you are ready for it or not, this is a shot between the eyes of anyone who imagines they are ground crew for this war. For those who are genuine ground crew, this is the wake-up call that it's time to get on the stick and ratchet up your game. I don't care about hurt ego feelings or challenging ego sensitivities. If you are part of Soika crew, you can just suck it up and deal because that is what Soika warriors do. And if you aren't, then go find something else that will make your ego feel good about its illusionary world and its illusionary beliefs. We aren't presenting these videos or writing our books to win a popularity contest. We are not interested in the cult of personality, and whether people like who we are or not bears no relevance on the information we are sharing. Over many years of my own growth and advancement, I have had a large number of people, when questioned whether they think they are ready for the bigger truths, avidly answer that they are. They are like a dog wagging its tail, waiting for their master to throw the stick so they can go play. I use this same analogy in demystifying the mystical for the very simple and honest reason that this is how egos react when they think they are going to be let in on some big secret. In every case, when I have shared even a small part of what we know about reality at large, I have watched the blood drain from their faces, the fear grows in their eyes, and every one of them begs off in a very short period of time, some of them never to darken my doorway again. Every one of these tail-wagging egos felt that they were ready for everything, only to discover that they weren't ready for shit except some fantasy illusion about reality. A real dose of reality so rocked their world that they never returned. Those who did manage to survive the first level of this information eventually got to the point that they couldn't deal with the magnitude of it all and eventually faded away. So, what the fuck? Let's see if you are as ready for some of this stuff as much as your pathetic, Hapim-infected ego makes you believe. If you are a genuine Soika crew member, you are going to know on a gut level that you are meeting reality. If you are just an ego-driven wannabe, your reactions may vary, but if you don't feel and know this in your gut on a deep, visceral level, then you are by no means ground crew and need to find some other place to occupy your time. We have no time for wishful wannabes or looky-loos here. Sorry if this is too harsh for your sensibilities, but this is a war, and I am a warrior. If you are not a warrior, then move along and let the adults do the work. I have written in any number of my books that this is a war for consciousness against universal or cosmic tyranny, and it's older than this particular universal creation. It is older than humans on this planet can even imagine with their limited imagination, and it is bigger than any humans have ever imagined in their wildest science fiction fantasies. This particular creation was imagined into being by an entity who had an idea, but this idea was very vague. It didn't really know what it wanted to create, as such a creation had never been created before, so it created other creators from pieces of its consciousness to help create the universe we know and the universes that lie beyond that we refer to as the multiverse. Since no material creation had ever existed before, this originator of the idea set only one guiding rule to the creators it created, and that was, there are no rules. Regardless of the bullshit you have been fed by the theosophical or New Age doctrines, regardless of what you believe in your fantasies about your idea of a God who controls the universe through his assumed laws, no restrictive laws exist in this universe. This creation started out as, and continues to be, a no rules, no holds barred creation. Look at any spiritual website about the presumed laws that spiritual people are supposed to believe and abide by, and not one of them has any basis in reality. There are no such laws that govern this creation. Many of you have asked why the tyrannical gods and their tyrannical Aryan collaborators with the inorganic hives always seem to escape divine retribution, and why they always seem to win while the good people on this planet have taken it up the ass for untold generations. The fact is, ladies and gentlemen, that these Aryan store miners know that there are no rules, and they also know that there is no God or divine source that is going to hold them accountable for what they do. They only sell these cheap ideas to an ignorant populace to keep them in line, believing that there is some guiding hand at the helm of the universe, and these assholes will one day reap divine retribution by the bullshit concept of God they sell to the masses to keep them in line. These controllers of your consciousness, at the highest level of adepts, know that there is no God like people believe in. They know there is no moral right or wrong in this world dictated by this God or divine source, yet they sell people the idea that there are rules and laws of the universe that has the final say on who goes to hell for their actions and who doesn't. The consortium knows there are no rules, they know there is no God who is going to punish them for their actions, and they only sell the idea of moral high ground to the ignorant masses, making them believe that these rules do exist and mandate that you can't fight fire with fire where their energetic magic is concerned. They sell the idea that I can't fight like they do because that would make me no better than them. I have morals that won't let me do that. The laws of the universe or the laws of my God say so. But who do you think made up these laws and these myths about God to handicap you fighting back in this war? When you buy into that higher moral ground argument that they created and they sold to you, it is no different than you going into a war zone without a rifle. And if you buy into that shit and don't meet them with the same weapons that they are using against you, they are going to kick your ass every time, which is exactly what they've been doing to humans on this planet since they were created in a genetic laboratory about 200,000 years ago. Do you want to know why the bad guys always win in this cosmic war? It's because no one challenged them. No one decided to fight fire with fire. That is, with the exception of the Soika crew. We have been fighting these tyrannical assholes for eons untold. There is no God that's going to fix this mess. There are no cosmic laws in place to give these vile shits their comeuppance. There is only the Soika ground crew who has fought them for uncountable eons of time. If you are genuinely part of ground crew, as ugly as the truth just revealed is, and no matter how much it may shock your first cognition consciousness, in your gut you will know the truth of this story. And if you know this and feel this with every fiber of your being, then you are part of the ground crew who came here to stop this tyranny once and for all. This is an ugly war using ugly energies that go beyond the human five-sense perceptions. It is an invisible and dastardly war that is taking place all around you, yet remains unseen by any except the empathic sensitives and those with Soika abilities. To first cognition thinking, this is all nonsense. There is no Satan and there is no hell into which these tyrannical bastards will eventually find their way into at the hands of your imagined gods. Their adepts know this, and the rest of humanity is deaf, dumb, and blind to the energetic war taking place all around them 24 hours a day and 7 days a week. To the first cognition world, this is only wild imaginations, the meanderings of a delusional individual. But I ask you, ladies and gentlemen, if you look at the turmoil around you on this planet, do you really believe that it is due to nothing more than stupid humans doing stupid things? Or can you accept the idea that all this turmoil is by design and the energetic war taking place beyond your five-sense reality just might be the cause of this global mayhem? If you think this is all by human design, then stop listening to this presentation and go find something meaningless to do with your life. You are not ready for the truth. I have been producing books since 2015, presenting people with the tools to pull themselves out of the shithole world you call 3D reality. We have produced close to or more than 100 videos in the last year and a half as I wrote more books explaining this tyranny and the energetic war to those who have the gumption to read them and grow themselves. This is 2 years of my life I have dedicated to fighting this war and informing people about the reality that surrounds the tiny sliver of what they perceive as reality. We have provided tons of information through these books and videos, and have even pointed our listeners to other material, the New Paradigm trilogy edited and circulated by George Green, that also provides information about this war for consciousness for those who have or will take the time to read a book, rather than get their information from YouTube video presentations alone. In all this time, and with all the information provided, anyone has the chance to step into their Soika shoes and get on with the assignment they volunteered for on this planet. Speaking for myself, I feel I have given more than enough basic training information for anyone who is supposed to get with the program. I am past nurturing poor ego-hurt feelings and mollycoddling New Age wannabes who claim to be ground crews and sit around campfires at retreats and fantasize about being world saviors in their own ego-deluded imaginations. We have been going through a weeding out process in our books and presentations. We don't have to weed out the weak links. They weed themselves out because their poor New Age egos get butthurt because I don't speak the same lying lingo that their fabricated and smarmy theosophical beliefs have sold them. This is a war, ladies and gentlemen, not a fucking Sunday social. If you aren't ready to fight this war because it is as messy as any other war, then get the fuck off the bus, because we aren't making any stops at the fifth dimension, and we aren't going to take you to a world of roses and butterflies. If you want that shit, go watch the New Age or Theosophy channels and keep your rose-colored glasses of blindness securely placed before your eyes. They will fill your heads with enough of that smarmy-sounding bullshit to keep you happy till they put your ignorant, love-and-light ass in the ground. If you can't deal with this hard truth, just move along. I'm not talking to you anyway. This is reality, ladies and gentlemen, and this is only one small part of a vast picture called the multiverse. Are you really ready for the rest of this truth, or does just this tiny little bit of reality scare the shit out of you? Are you a Soika ground crew member, or are you just a wishful thinking dawdler on the spiritual path looking for the aliens or Jesus to come rescue you? As stated in the New Paradigm Trilogy, there will be no rescue. As Soika crew warriors, you came here to fight a fucking war, not escape to some happy ho-ho land or whine about going home to the Pleiades, Sirius, or Arcturus, or wherever else you think you came from. If you don't know this on a very deep level, and I mean know in the Soika sense of knowing, not thinking you know like every ego does, then you are wasting your time. If, however, you do know this as a Soika warrior, this is only the opening salvo of information we intend to deliver over the next few weeks and months in our video presentations and in our upcoming books. If you are serious about understanding the true nature of this war, it was explained in my We Are Not Alone books, parts 1 to 3, Revamping Psychology, and the Energetic War Against Humanity. Don't rely on us airing all the information from those books in these short video presentations. The books and the videos work hand in hand to provide our viewers and readers with all the foundational information they need to know about this war and what we are doing here to reverse the tyranny so humanity in full can grow as a species. Depending on questions in our comment sections, we may provide more information than the minimum offered in this video. If you are a Soika warrior, find your voice and speak up. If you can't muster the courage to leave a comment or ask a question on a YouTube thread, then you don't have the courage or stamina to fight this war. Fear and insecurity will keep you forever handicapped, and that is exactly what the consortium is counting on seeing from you. In other words, an already defeated warrior. We have been talking about this cognitive war in our videos for a long time now. We discussed it specifically in our video, The Cognitive War, and started offering preliminary information on how we are going to have to fight this war in the videos on the Common Sense Revolution, as well as laying a foundation for understanding in our book by the same title. More definitive information will be forthcoming in the No Trespassing book when I finish writing it. I will be doing follow-up videos explaining what we mean by being a Soika warrior so there is no misunderstanding in what we are trying to relate, and also what we are up against overall in this war. For those interested in getting up to speed reading these books, they are available through our website at demystifyingthemystical.com for a 10% discount so you can save yourself some money. The links for the referenced videos on our website are in the description section below for your convenience. If you have a problem with us promoting our books on our channel, save the effort to whine about it because you are too lazy or too cheap to purchase them. If you don't want them, don't buy them. It's as simple as that. There is no need to leave whining comments about your opinionated dislikes in the comments section, as they will only be deleted for the lame complaining they are. I told you this was not going to be a pleasant presentation, ladies and gentlemen, and I think I have fulfilled my part of the bargain. Now it's up to you to decide what you are going to do with this information. I'm Endall Beall, and until next time, stay the course and don't give up on yourself.